A few years ago, me and a few friends, we went out to eat at this locally owned ramen restaurant that me and my family used to go to all the time because family owned. We were kind of bored. We just wanted to go out, eat, have fun. So I recommended this place. When the check did come eventually, my cheap friend said, "Oh, I'm not going to pay the tip because I don't see a need to pay the tip because they provided me the food, but like I'm not going to pay them because I don't have the money to." So I ended up paying the whole tip because morally I feel that's right, and I was raised to like respect the like waiters out there because they go through so much struggle in life. Ever since that day, I realized that not many people actually tend to tip their waiters. I mean, either it's because they're cheap, they feel entitled, or different things like that, that they don't really want to pay their workers. And ever since that day, I realized many people actually tend to do this. The Chicago Tribune on October 16th, 2015 states that waiters only make about $2.13 per hour, and the rest they have to make up in tips. I then did some more research and found out that the average minimum wage for in California is about $12 an hour, which that means that uh, waiters are missing out on about $10 an hour, which can always add up over time, especially if you are there for a very long time. Today, I want to talk to you about why it should be mandatory to tip workers. I will first discuss the problem, I will second discuss the cause, and I will third discuss the solution. First, our country's treatment on waiters is terrible. The Washington Post on August 20th, 2015 states that waiters make about $2.13 an hour or $9 an hour, including their tips, and while bartenders make about $11.59 an hour, including their tips, which is a very low amount of money and is even lower than the average $12 an hour that most people in California make. The Atlantic on November 19th, 2016 states that about 35% of tipped workers, which can include taxi drivers, bartenders, or waiters, face sexual assault or sexual harassment in the workforce. Not only that, the most common job in America is being a waiter, and it's most likely done at a very young age, so those younger kids face that sexual harassment, which shouldn't be a thing. We can see a few reasons why being a waiter is a very hard job. So let's second address why they get paid so little. So a few reasons why they get paid so little is first, millennials. Millennials tend to not make much money, and that's stated by Vrashli on June 19th, 2018. They state that millennials make about $35,000 a year, which tends to not be a lot of money. So they use that as an excuse on, oh, I shouldn't pay because I don't make a ton of money, or they have to pay bills or other such, which to me I feel is kind of a sorry excuse. I feel that even though you might not make a lot of money, you should always tend to tip the people that provide for you because they are doing a service for you. They should be at least compensated a little bit for their job. Quorum on February 4th, 2019 states that another reason people don't tip is they don't think they should. Some people can be entitled or they're just cheap and they just feel, oh, I don't need to tip you because it's not a mandatory thing, which to me is really horrible because they, as I said earlier, they are providing a service for you and they are doing a lot for you. Whether they mess up once or twice, I feel that it should always be a good thing to tip your workers. We can see some different reasons on why waiters tend to not get tipped. Let's find out some reasons on how we can fix the problem. The first way we could fix the problem is we could always put a 15% mandatory gratitude in each check, so then it becomes a more common thing, thus making it so people won't complain about, oh, there's this 15% thing, I shouldn't be able to pay it. In my friend's class, I learned that in Europe, they already have this 15% gratitude put in cafes, restaurants, places like that. So it is a common thing, so people tend to not tip because they have that 50% gratitude that is added to each check. Another way we could fix it is we could always increase the minimum wage for waiters, bartenders, or different places like that. Thus, if we did that, then the tips that the waiters could make could go to the restaurant, thus will add to the benefit of if they need food or other things, if the restaurant isn't doing so well, they could use the tips in that way. I wanted to convince you on why I feel it should be mandatory to tip. I first discussed the problem, I second discussed the cause, and I third discussed the solution. With this, I do hope that maybe it enlightened a few of you that maybe you should tip, or maybe people can have a second thought on why it should be more of a mandatory thing to tip, and I just hope that people in the end tend to tip their waiters more.